So I'm going to take you through some food today, a bit of a full day of eating, pretty simple, show you how steady and actually not how hard it is to get a good bit of diet in. It's all just about making the right choices, yeses and nos along the way. So in the morning I usually like to have a yogurt bowl with some fruit, so I'm going to prep that now and you can see how long it takes. I'm not too big of a fan when this happens. You try and take one off and they all come off, so So kicking it off with Greek style yogurt in the bowl. That was about half of that tub, so don't know, 200 grams. Then we hit it with 2 bananas, some raisins, and then these are my supplements. So we've got, missed one there. So we've got some sort of ashwagandha, vitamin D, magnesium, fish oil, and I think that one here is some sort of mushroom. Lion's mane, but who knows. So I don't know whether this is optimal or not, but I usually like to send the supplements down first. $15 grams of creatine is my personal preference. Now, I'm aware that recently my calorie intake and also my protein intake really hasn't been hitting what it needs to be. So this is a focus on getting that back to where it should be. Second meal of the day, this is a chicken and rice special. You can't have a full day of eating without chicken and rice. We're back in the kitchen. I've just done a few sets on abs upstairs and recorded some B-roll, and I decided to come back down and get in another meal. Back in the kitchen, I've got beef mince, rice, and I'm slicing up some beetroot here. And then, as you can see in the pan, we're just frying up some vegetables, as you can see there, and then I'm going to go in afterwards with 10 eggs. Got a little bit of glaze on the bottom there, that'll go nice in the eggs. And as you can see, didn't get that quite right, did I? As you can see, a nice well-rounded plate. So as always, I like to stick in a generous serving of butter. Here we're warming her up to get ready for les œufs, which is French for the eggs. You can mix, you can whisk, you can generate a bit of froth in the eggs before you put them in the pan. It's up to you. It will make for an even scramble. If you like milk, you can drop a bit of milk in here. I've gone for the butter option in the pan. I have to shop again tomorrow, and typically I get all of my food on what's called Grab. It's a food transport delivery service similar to Uber here in Thailand. Whilst that's bubbling up in the background, we'll keep an eye on it, but I always like to tidy up as I go and keep everything nice and neat, so when it comes around to finishing the meal, all you've got to do is wash the plates you're eating from, and who wants to do washing up after you do food? So keep it as minimal as possible and set yourself up to win. Also means you can transfer straight from food to having a shower back into work, rather than messing around for an extra 10 or 15 minutes trying to clean up after yourself, if you even do. Some dirty buggers leave the dishes on the side, and that is a pet peeve of mine. What are you doing? Take control. So down here in the dining area, we've got afternoon meal, rice, ground beef, fried veg, beetroot, and then we have 10 of your finest eggs. Now these actually aren't the finest eggs, these were a substitute that the Grab driver chose because the ones I like with a folate plus, they weren't in stock. So that's the meal for this afternoon, and I still don't think I'm eating enough. I still think there's a bit more to give, and I could definitely be eating some more protein, so you'll see what we've got for supper. It's been a split second for you, but it's been a couple of hours now. It's about 6 o'clock, just gone 6. I've got a call in about 40 minutes. So I wanted to get in my last bit of food, because as soon as that call's finished, I'll get a shower and try and wind down for bed. And I don't want to be eating too close to bedtime, because one of the things that I'm trying to really dial in at the moment is my sleep, to get my recovery super good, because there was a time where I just wasn't prioritising it and it sort of bit me on the arse. And I think it's why, I think it's why I am where I am now, because I did used to focus so much on my sleep and I sort of let that go. Anyway, back to the food. As you can see, I'm cutting up some dragon fruit. This is a popular staple out here in Thailand. They're not too exotic. It's sort of one of the things that is everywhere, at least it seems like that anyway for me. And they're relatively cheap. I've been having these oranges, but they do have seeds in, so it's not too much to my liking, but could be worse. We've already had 2 bananas today, so this will be the 3rd banana. And I've started, I used to cut my kiwis, but I think I'm just going to eat it with the skin on, because to be honest, it's a bit too much effort and too much time to chop it up when I can just eat the skin. This one's, it's almost had a Brazilian, it's not even furry. And then you can't go wrong without 4 eggs before bed. And this will be sort of the last couple of eggs before I need to do a shop. So in the morning, I'll blast 6 because I've gone through all of my yogurt. And then tomorrow I'll start afresh with an empty fridge. And it's always good to just make sure you clear everything out. 1, so you don't waste, and 2, so you just make the most of everything. Sometimes it gives you a bit of inspiration, makes you do some different stuff, and you might find out a different, better way of doing stuff. So yeah, anyway, you can see this coffee machine. This has been a godsend. Got this recently, and yeah, I've only had 1 today. That was about 12 o'clock. So apart from all the food that you've seen, I've had, did I have this morning? I think I had a Pocari Sweat, which is like a Japanese Gatorade, and a coffee. So all in all, very good food day. I don't even know what the carbs, the calories, the fats, the proteins are, but I'm pretty sure it's up there, and I feel good. We'll see. Why not get a bit more in? Why not do a little bit more? So if you don't have these, you've never seen these, I didn't see them before I came out here. They're like golden kiwis. Let's do a try. Oh, freaking juice everywhere. The skin is definitely tougher than a normal kiwi, I have to say that. Perhaps I've gone for like the full side, but nice and tart like a normal kiwi. Tastes the same actually. Don't know if it's sweeter or what, but I've just started swallowing the seeds because who cares? Who knows if they're going to kill me? I did find out once that there was cyanide inside of apple seeds. Fun fact. Now, I just wanted to touch base as well. If I put this in the video, I might not, but the focus is the core 4. Fitness and food, sleep, sales, and content. I believe these are the most important 4 things that I should be spending my time focused on over the next couple of years. And that's going to allow me to be as strong as I can, go for longer, look good, be more confident, have the skills of sales is just a wizard. It's basically magic, persuasion, and just having good old time recording it all and posting it for you guys. So if you want to stick around and see the blow up, then be like this orange. Join me. I've been taking way too long to close this video off. I've been Nathan Pickstone. I'll see you in the next one.